I went skydiving at it to conquer my fear of heights. Now it's stronger.
Now you know what it is.
Now I can't even go to those places at the glass floor. I'm like,
let's pivot. Where we? What's the next?
Can you pray for me?
Sure.
They need to
Get on your knees.
Hey!
Lay hands on you.
Okay, just a quick prayer.
Lord God, in the name of Jesus or whoever he prays to, please help him. He's wayward.
Very.
But he has a good heart deep down. So please just help him, assist him, guide him. Amen.
Oh. What do you call money received after sex? Guys, it's right there.
Tip.
Reparations.
Let's see.
Can you give us a clue?
What do you call money received after sex?
Tips.
Think about...
Wow.
Hey, that's before.
Wow.
It's called income.
Over 26. This is the
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26.
Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.
What up? My name is Chaxy, the mastermind, your main guy, the Lord Chaxy, the bull from Mariah is around, the amazing muscle around,
What's
the whole
up?
gang is around, episode 272, we are...
Mic check.
And it goes without saying, Victoria Kimani is in the building! Wait, so finally, Vicky, why haven't you been on this pod?
See what had See what had happened was
What happened?
okay. Initially, I was just scared. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you guys are unhinged.
We are
I
not.
was scared.
Excuse me, I think we had a prep conversation a year ago.
And then
we even serenaded you with food, bro. Like, what do you even mean?
That food was good. You can cook. She can cook.
Santa.
Whoever your husband is happy. He's a happy man.
One of the four.
Why are you
One
doing
of the four, she has
Oh,
four.
she has four.
Yeah, she has four now.
Why are you outing her business on the air?
No, she puts it out there. They know.
They know.
They work together.
Teach me your ways.
I got you.
Teach me your ways.
I got you.
They know WhatsApp group and everything.
Wow.
Literally.
I love that for you.
Uh-huh. So,
Back to the lies.
but you know what? You know you're also unhinged though. Maybe just not publicly.
Well, okay, tell me. Tell us.
That's because you said we are very unhinged. And I'm like, you're also...
But you're right.
In your own way.
You're right, though.
In
You're
your
right.
own way.
I am guilty.
At least you try to protect your image, unlike us.
That's the only difference.
At this point, it's done.
Like, is that camera rolling?
Yeah.
Chax is like,
so
is that
true.
camera rolling? Hey.
Wait, so are you coming to the next watch party? We told you what our watch party is
Oh
about.
my God. Listen, I'm going to be praying and fasting that week. There's no way. These guys, did you tell your audience?
You can tell them. They know everything about our lives.
So they make sex tapes and then they have watch parties for their sex tapes and now you're asking if I'm coming.
Yeah, we're inviting you for the next one.
Ooh. Well, he said his won't even be a full tape.
Mine is the only
It's a quick stop. In and out.
mine is the only one everyone ever finishes. Chaxy Nanga, end of part 1. and it's just him begging, please.
Wow. Not begging.
Sad.
That is unfortunate.
Me on... So Mwass sees me on my knees and thinks I'm begging, but I'm really not begging.
What are you doing on your knees, though?
There's many things that I can do.
As okay, listen, I don't judge.
Enlighten us.
As a man,
So you want to discuss positions now?
Are we talking
why
rugby?
would you
Are we
be on
talking
your
rugby?
knees?
Well, are we still fasting and praying?
By the way,
where have you?
yes. But you guys sound like you have exciting sex life, though. At least you have.
Some of us don't.
You know, Mwass has genuinely not had sex all of this year.
Well, me and you both, so we're on the same.
Oh, triplets.
Triplets.
Luckily, all the sex we have not had has been.
But you know why?
Taking one for the team.
Why do you think that
literally.
is? Like, what's happening with us?
I'm busy.
But you guys tell us, bro.
Niggas are just niggering, man. I ain't got the time.
She's lying, though.
No, I'm dead ass.
She's lying.
No, Auntie, come on.
I'm dead ass.
The whole year since January?
I'm dead ass.
Tafari.
I'm dead ass.
But you've been doing it
Whatever
digitally.
Randy, whatever Randy says,
I have my little robot.
Okay, you can pass it to Tafari. Is she lying or saying the truth? There you go. Yeah.
If you're going to consider my little robot a person, then cool.
Wow.
It's called a little robot.
Wow.
That's a cute name.
Yeah.
So women like little things.
It depends.
Wow.
Yeah.
It depends, not all the time. What do you want to say? Of course.
No.
Little
That's
robot.
weird.
It's not called Charlie?
No.
Charlie.
Does it?
Okay.
That's weird.
You're
Why
Charlie.
would you give it a name?
You're the Charlie.
Because Charlie in Sheng or
It's
Swahili
my
means
dude.
boyfriend.
Yeah. So Charlie.
But also Charlie can be a name, yeah. So
And you know, a sex tape is the only time you can tell your girlfriend, go fuck yourself. And she's
yeah,
like,
literally.
Cute.
Wow. You're speaking from experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
sex period.
Delusion, maybe.
Delusion is
But Mwass and I are
delusion.
working on male sex tips. No.
Sex toys.
Sex toys.
Dugu.
Don't try
Why
backtrack.
wasn't I invited?
Don't try backtrack
Which
now.
side of the group chat is this? Clearly, I'm not there.
You see where he's going with everything.
Please.
First he said he's on his knees. Then he said he's working on male sex tapes. Tell him more,
Toys.
Chaxy.
We're gonna end up on
Sex
Nairobi
toys.
Gossip
What else
Club.
is
Just
going
that.
on?
Sex toys.
No,
Sex
it
toys.
was
Listen.
it was a sex toy that
Let
can
me
be
pass
used by
this.
both
both
parties
men.
Who are you
at
passing
the
this
same
to?
time.
To those guys. Their
Why? No,
their
that's
couch
yours.
is
It's
bigger,
okay.
bro.
We are
You
clear-
need it for your knees. Have it.
You need it for your knees.
Need it for your knees.
You need it for your knees. Anyway, please pass the other goodies. Pass me the other goodies. We have
Not even as Victoria have you be.
She's glowing.
Bro, look at her skin. Like, just
Alive and kicking ass. Clearly.
Hey, look at what she looks like, bro.
No,
Damn.
we're just chilling, you know.
Let me see. This is actually nice.
Those are cute.
Okay.
Mwass.
CP
That is
cups.
actually nice.
Do I get to keep this?
Yeah. Or you can pass that to Mwass. I'll give you one.
Thank you.
They are color coded. Dama, their name, Dama.
I don't
not
know
okay.
if they have names.
I don't think they're
Your home of entertainment.
Wow.
Auntie said the way. Just repeat after Mwass.
What'd you say?
Then US
Your home.
You know, based on how we
Your
started
home
this
of
podcast
entertainment.
today, I like everything is like nasty now. So when I see cups, I just think the
Why that?
worst possible.
Oh my God.
Why is your cup using protection?
Guys, it's a Monday. Like, it's Monday.
I missed you guys.
Monday.
Do you,
It is using protection.
Take it off.
Woo!
yeah,
Take it off.
and just a quick reminder that the FIFA Club World Cup is still running
Yes, sir.
on DSTV. Are you guys watching the FIFA Club World Cup?
No.
Yeah, but I feel like most people watch towards elimination
Yeah,
stages
yeah.
because there's bigger teams playing now. Otherwise, I don't think I have interest watching a team from Saudi Arabia play Real Madrid at the moment.
Is Kenya playing at some point?
No,
Kenya tunachezwa.
it's for clubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Kenya is a national team.
Oh, okay. So we don't really.
Yeah, and the clubs from Kenya don't make it because they ideally pick the best performing teams from different continents. And clearly, our Gor Mahias and FC Leopards don't perform that well within the African.
Why do you think that is?
For many reasons.
A lot of factors.
The training, the coach isn't doing what he's supposed to do? Or?
I think a lot of it goes back to corruption.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the neighborhood clubs and where people play, you see a lot of talent, but you just never see it
They're not
like at the main
actual,
stage.
yeah.
And you wonder why. So, of course, it's
Wow.
not looked upon as something that is lucrative enough. So for a young person who tries to pursue playing football, if you don't get a chance to go to academies outside Kenya, then a lot of people just end up in offices.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of the talent just
Are you
lies
just
in...
telling your life story? Because I know you wanted to be a footballer.
Yeah, I used to, like proper. I still play every Wednesday now, but not trying to get anywhere just for fun and vibes, which is a lot of us.
You
Yeah.
ended up in an office.
The office came later, bro.
Yeah.
The office came later. I stopped playing properly when I was in high school.
Okay.
Because I fucked my left knee and I just couldn't get it fixed. Yeah.
So now you use it to kneel down.
Now I use it to kneel down. Found use for it. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Can we
Found
begin the
use for
podcast
it.
now?
Oh, we began. What do you mean begin?
What do you mean?
Well, okay, where do you want it to begin then?
How's music?
Aye.
Even the question. I hate that question. How's music? How's podcast? It's so weird. It's such a weird question.
bro.
It's not specific enough.
Yeah. Well, now that you guys are talking about sex, let me finish off by asking one question.
But okay.
Did you guys hear what I said? Finish off by asking one question.
Okay.
I want to see if you guys saw this online. What do you call money received after sex? Guys, it's right there.
Deep.
Reparations.
Let's see.
Can you give us a clue?
What do you call money received after sex? Think
Tips.
about.
Wow.
Hey, that's before.
Wow.
It's called income.
You know what?
I'll give you that.
That's smart.
Wait, that wasn't mine. That
The fact
wasn't
that
mine.
you really wrote this on your iPad.
That wasn't
Just
mine.
imagine whoever was watching him at the coffee shop. That guy is busy.
right. And look what he's writing.
That was from at _Onua and at _Mjuku_.
Okay.
And that's where it came from. Yeah, but did you guys see the hot air balloon incident in
Whoa,
Brazil?
that thing
No.
is scary.
You haven't seen it?
No.
The 20 guys who fell from hot air balloon just
No way.
Did anyone survive?
In Brazil.
14
Not
survived and
13
injured.
13 injured,
13 injured and
8
survived,
dead.
8 dead.
How many kind of hot air balloon carried?
I don't know, bro. Clearly,
All I know is
20+.
I'm not getting on a head.
Ever. Like that's
You've
done.
definitely been on one. Joy,
No, never.
You've never?
I've gone skydiving once in Diani.
And how was it?
I'm alive, so clearly
Are you ever gonna do it again?
I'll never do that again. I will never do that again.
I was in Diani with a rush for like a month, the whole of December, maybe 2017, and we're literally at Tafari, the hotel where skydiving is done. And all those weeks, I kept convincing myself that I'm gonna do it.
And you didn't do it.
And all I have is videos of other people doing it all the time. I never.
But you know, they've closed it. Like somebody apparently.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
died.
those are nuts. But they've reopened.
For
I don't know. Yeah, they have.
They have reopened. They have reopened,
Yeah, at the exact same spot they have. Yeah, they literally have.
That's crazy.
I was this close to getting on a hot air balloon in Watamu, the first 7 Islands festival.
Oh, yeah,
And I just remember we were so drunk in the morning by the beach, and the thing couldn't get off the ground.
See God.
That
I'm
sounds-
so glad
You
it
say
didn't,
God
bro.
doesn't exist.
And it's in the morning, the tide is coming back, and you're thinking of going into something, going in the air, into the ocean.
Can you imagine the sunrise over the ocean on a hot air balloon?
I
bro?
will see it from
On
my
the
pool
ground
deck.
is fine.
Yeah,
On the
actually,
ground
you can
is
still see it.
fine.
Right.
That's the same festival where I lost my phone in the ocean. Well, yeah, so the odds were clearly not working.
Lose your phone in the ocean.
I think I was recording videos, but
Were you in a boat?
yeah, we were on a boat.
Okay, and then you just dropped it.
Then Chublu? You can't go for it. It's like the
wait.
saddest loss of a phone. You just
Some people will try though.
It was one of those festivals where on the second day, they get like a bunch of huge boats, tie the boats together, get DJs, and then you sort of go deep into the ocean. Because there's bits of the ocean where temporary islands form during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd go
Okay,
party there.
Yeah, that's
I remember being high as fuck, bro.
Oh, wow. You've lived.
Then
Very nice.
I definitely have lived.
I love
Yeah.
that for you.
I remember getting my phone from my fanny pack, recording a video, and then I thought I put it back in the fanny pack, but I dropped it in the ocean. Yeah, that's how my phone disappeared. Huh?
Why are you on your knees?
Yeah,
bad
you're not getting away with that one.
No,
I like how he's laughing.
I'll get
You're not really
better act
confirming
like you
or
know.
denying, right?
What was the scariest
Interesting,
moment
Chaxy.
before you jumped off the plane? Were you talkative in the plane?
First of all, okay, let me not say that. I don't want to get sued now that I know they're back open again. But I'm not sure these guys were sober. I'll just say that. Anyway, so the moment when it was time, I was very brave up until the moment we were in the air about to like get out of the plane.
Yeah.
And so the guy like attached me to him. And so he was like behind me and we were strapped up. And it was like, I was like, you know what? I don't think I can. And then he just pushed us. And I was gone. I was gone.
You blacked
I
out.
blacked out for at least, so the free fall is like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I blacked out guaranteed at least 12 to 13. I was gone.
Did you piss on yourself?
I don't remember. I don't know. And then
That's a yes.
the dude tapped me, right? Yo, all I know is I was gone. So he tapped me and then I woke up and then we were still free falling, and I'm like, nah, I was just on it. I don't even know.
Fainted
Probably. And then he opens the parachute, and then it jerked us all the way back up again.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect that type of pressure.
That's what happens.
And then here we are. Like, at this point, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I can see the Tanzanian coastline all the way connecting to, it was gorgeous, right? And then he starts doing some weird adjustment where he could like control the speed.
Yeah.
No, this guy's he was definitely on crack. And I think he got a kick out of my fear. Because I was like, no, it's enough. And he's just like, this guy, you're
And they
actually an
really do
asshole.
enjoy it because they land and pick the next person.
Right.
Like 15 jumps a day.
Oh, God.
And sometimes they'll just keep moving along the coastline before you land. I think depending on how courageous somebody is,
Yeah.
but they clearly enjoy it.
No, he had such a good time.
They do it multiple times, bro. A
That's
bunch of times.
I
a
have
day.
myself on camera falling for that trick. We're going to jump on 3. Cool. I did. And he was 1.
No, that was crazy.
Yeah.
There was a lady there that had gone with someone before, the way I did. And then she was like, I just want to go alone. This is a fear I want to tackle on my own. I'm like, you're brave. Like, of all the fears that you can tackle, you want to do this by yourself. She's like, today's the day. I'm like, all right, sis.
But definitely not her first time, right?
No, the first time she did it how I did it, where she was attached
With
to
somebody,
someone.
yeah.
So now she wanted to go by herself, face her fears.
I don't think they can allow you.
They do.
Like,
They
No,
give
they
a
did.
course.
You
It's
can-
it's 12 jump course. The first 4 you do in tandem.
Okay.
For the rest of the 8 you do alone. And then you get a certificate.
4?
Now you're a professional
For trying to die.
skydiver.
For trying to die.
then
What
you
does
can
it
die.
do?
Congratulations.
Attempts and you failed. Congratulations.
That is so crazy.
Imagine failing on the first one and you paid for all time.
Do you know
And
how
you failed on the first one or the second one. Would you bungee jump?
Nah, I would never do anything like that again.
A zipline at least you can. A zipline?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, zipline.
Zipline isn't too scary, bro.
not that
Zipline, I've done it once. I'll never do it again. Because they kept telling me, whatever you do, don't turn. And then I tried not to turn. But then I'm like, this and I'm like, I'm not turning. But then I'm just seeing where I came from.
I can tell you were a very stubborn kid.
Yeah.
No.
As soon as they tell you not to do
He's
something.
very stubborn, up to date. So I can imagine as a baby. Yeah.
I love doing these things for the first time. And then when I landed, when I skydove.
Skydive.
Skydived.
Skydive.
Immediately I touched down. I was standing there like a transformer, like 20. I
That is funny.
was like, what was I thinking?
Nah.
You know how I'm talkative? I was silent on that plane.
By the way.
Because you've already paid no refunds. You've already taken off.
Your question,
and
like,
I'm
why
already
did I even
attached
do
to this
this?
big white dude. I'm just
But they
like,
say when you skydive, apparently something inside of you gets unlocked. Like
What?
you're no longer afraid of anything.
me, I was afraid of skydiving.
You were afraid of that. That's funny.
Maybe I'd stop getting afraid of skydiving from the first experience, but doesn't mean I won't be scared of getting on a hot air balloon
Right.
or doing bungee jumping. I don't think it's the same thing.
Count me
I don't
out.
think it's the
Did
same
you
thing.
see the video?
But definitely something inside you, when you conquer your fears, it does something to you for sure.
Really?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Yeah, like when if you come for the watch parties
Wow.
You'll be offering your tapes.
next year.
I went skydiving at it to conquer my fear of heights. Now it's stronger.
Now you know what it
Now I
is.
can't even go to those places at the glass floor. I'm like,
So
What
funny.
a guy.
Not for me. Not
Oh
for
my
me.
God.
Did you guys see there's a guy, I don't know whether it's in Kasarani, but there's a guy who's stuck with a white guy.
Those
who lost
TikTok
his
videos have
passport.
been sending me.
So he lives with him in his bedsitter, and all he does is get him drunk and high. So just
But at
gets
least he
him
gives him
weak.
tea in the morning, which is nice.
He's nice.
Yeah, he gave him
That's
tea
very
this morning.
considerate.
He's like, guys, day 3. We're still looking for my man's passport. This guy is just the back having tea. I'm like, oh, bless him.
Wow.
Yeah. Then he checks him to these locals, and then they get like cheap alcohol, drink the whole day, then smoke some weed.
Yeah, but that's the only thing you can do for him, honestly.
No,
but that guy looks sad. He says, I just wanna go.
but the courage to find a stranger and go home with them.
I mean, isn't that what y'all do? Your gender does? I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Mwass, yes,
On a
and maybe
regular
some of these
basis.
other homies here. Personally, never happening.
Really?
Yeah, never.
A stranger?
Hey,
Never.
Of course, you introduce yourself.
Hey, it's 7 in the morning. You can't be camping like this. Hey.
She's like,
Chaxy is finding loopholes. He's not a stranger. I introduced myself. She said her name was Stephanie.
No, like I don't think I can do it. Really? Like I've only done a one night stand once. I was young in uni. I think I must have been like 2021.
Okay.
And
When you had nothing to be robbed.
bro, I didn't have much.
Nothing to lose.
I didn't have much to be robbed, but it's not even about being robbed. I just remember the following day thinking like this could have easily been
something else.
Something else. With everything else happening in the world, like a complete stranger and have them in my house, it's not happening, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I really want to help, but I just can't do it.
Help.
No, I'm saying.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
Were you taking someone home or someone who's homeless?
Or are we helping?
Apparently,
No, I'm
one
talking
night
about-
stands are charity.
No. I'm talking about even just being nice.
Did they lose their passport?
No, even I'm saying, if I met somebody who lost their passport and they're not even Kenyan, I don't think I'd take them to my house.
Okay, true.
Also, it's super weird that you have a complete stranger that you don't know in your house for those many days.
Yeah.
Because you can't sleep.
Also, if he actually lost his passport, go to the embassy, bro. They'll sort you out.
They actually will.
You know,
Or
if I lose my passport in any country in this world, if they have a Kenyan embassy, they'll sort because I'm Kenyan.
Right.
So a complete stranger that he lost his passport, it's very weird.
I love how you have confidence that a Kenyan embassy will work.
A lot of things don't work in Kenya, but if you're in a foreign country as a
work
Kenyan
for you,
and you
okay.
don't have your passport,
They'll
of course
sort
that's the
you
only
out.
place where they can replace a passport for
I
you.
feel like it's just cheaper you commit a crime, they deport you.
It's easier. Oh my God.
I just go to their quick mart and I'm like, shoplifting.
Take you back. First flight.
I'm like going home.
Mad.
Efficiency.
Nah,
Efficiency.
that is madness. Peak madness.
Shoplifting is crazy for being deported.
Right.
Yeah, but there's so many things happening. What do you think is gonna happen on Wednesday?
Oh, wow. Well, we hope for
Oh
the
wait,
best.
this episode comes out on Sunday. Sorry. So what do you think will have happened on
Yeah.
Wednesday?
I don't know. Hopefully, people come out and protest and no one gets hurt.
Would you be
Yeah.
outside?
To Radieko.
What does that mean?
It means where are we going?
Oh, that's the only thing you know, right?
You're always down for a plan.
Goodness.
Ooh, that's a good question.
If there's
I have very controversial opinions of that. So, you know what? I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
Bet.
Even if there's shisha bongs and champagne.
No, there's no instance which anyway, let me just
Okay.
They will be,
okay.
but in
Are you
tankers.
going?
I might be in Mombasa. So if guys in Mombasa will be protesting, yes.
You're gonna go.
No, but theirs is so chill and they have like lunch breaks. Honestly, Mombasa Mandamano is
Also the heat,
Lunch
bro.
break,
There's
Like,
Karai at
relax,
noon. Tunaandamana.
So wait, are you guys not scared of like getting shot? I don't know. I don't like guns.
Yeah.
I don't like guns and I don't like violence. And honestly, if that wasn't a factor, of course I would go.
Yeah.
But I
Me, I
feel
just
like-
can't run.
You said you can't run.
Can't run.
So then, I don't think you should go, bro. Just chill.
But you can roll fast though.
I will support whoever will be there virtually.
virtually.
FaceTime me. I'll be in my house
Next
like.
time you how?
But the thing because it's going to be 1 year since the
Yeah.
biggest protest last year.
Yeah.
And even last year, Mariah and I were there scared, but
You
we're
just
there,
go.
yeah.
What can you
I think
do?
it becomes easier when you realize there's other people there.
Yeah.
And of course, all of you are there scared, but yeah,
You
still
just
be
go.
there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then you hear the gunshots live.
You
a lot
sound
of tear gas.
excited.
Right, like
The thing is going off
giving
literally like
chaos.
the ground shakes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Really?
Yes.
did you guys go for the last femicide marches?
And I think
Gentlemen?
recording
You
for
know,
the femicide one.
Yeah, we were actually in
We
studio
were
that
actually
day.
in
Oh, okay.
studio.
Yeah, so we just covered it.
Okay.
Did you go?
I wasn't in the country. I just want to know if any men went.
Yes,
to-
men,
Yeah, a lot of
men,
men.
yeah.
A lot of support, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good news.
And that one was
Yeah.
actually peaceful.
Yeah, it was the most
some degree.
peaceful.
Yeah.
The first one. The second
then-
one had tear gas.
Yes.
Got
You
crazy.
know another reason why I don't want to go? Wasn't there like an article recently and they're saying like these thugs should like target women and stab them?
Thingy, the Onsarigo expose. Yeah,
because
I saw
apparently
that.
when you stab a woman, it gets more press than like, stabbing a guy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to put myself in that situation, you know?
But can you imagine those are the kind of leaders
Conversations they're having, it's crazy.
That's why I'm like, I don't trust y'all enough to be out there. You know? Bro, I don't know what to say.
Bruh, it's so sad that those are the kind of leaders you have. I mean, okay, you've completely not done your job. People are dissatisfied. Let them go to the streets and then go back home after. Simple as that.
Don't say too much. We don't want you to go missing, Chaxy. Let's just...
We'll find
We'll find
Even in the dark.
Yes, in his hair, so
those cops are probably checkmates.
The only reason why they're hell bent on finding me is because the watch party's in my house. That's the only reason.
It's giving
If they
freak
arrest you,
off.
instead of bribing them, you're like, I have the new one.
Oh wow.
But you just came back from Congo. How was it?
Woo, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, Lord, that country. Oh, you know what? I haven't been everywhere in Congo, so I won't speak on all of Congo, but I have been to Kinshasa.
Okay.
And I will just say the culture is bomb. Like in terms of music, dance, fashion, even the food is excellent because it's like kind of a mixture of East and West African food combined in a really...
Fufu gideri.
Right? You know what? You know what? I'm kicking you off your own show.
I'll try that. I'll try fufu gideri.
Anyway, so the food is excellent, but like in terms of development, man, honestly, we are so blessed in Kenya. Sometimes I feel like, what are we even complaining about? Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I have those thoughts, especially when I go to certain African countries, Congo being one of them. Man, it's like, I don't want to like sit here and bash the whole place, but bruh, we're so blessed to have clean air. We can actually see the sun when it comes out. We don't have like crazy air pollution. We throw things in trash cans. Like there's traffic lights. There's order. I feel like Kenya is a very feminine country, right? We respect Mother Nature, you know, and I'm not trying to bash the guys or anything like that, but I do feel that Congo is a very masculine country. I think Kinshasa is like the definition of masculine chaos. Like, you don't, like, there's just no care. It's too much testosterone. And there's just not enough feminine just energy, touch around as well. So yeah, we're so blessed, man. Every time I go there, it was my third time. Every time I go there and I come back to Kenya, I feel like kissing the ground. I'm like, thank you so much, God. Thank you.
It's giving those campus days when you used to complain someone haven't had lunch. I'll have to tell I had a smoky on Tuesday.
But I think like Tuesday, bro. I think the reason why we complain is because we see what it could be. We see the potential. I don't think we benchmark ourselves necessarily with, say, the other African countries. We just look at what Kenya
what we are. And I love that.
And then we're like, damn, bro, we can't allow these guys to just keep fucking things over. At least do the bare minimum. I think it's those small things.
But they are doing the bare minimum.
They're not doing anything.
I just came back from a place where they're not doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum is caring about the oxygen that I breathe in my lungs every morning. Like, I can go out in Kenya and I can experience actually like sun. First of all, there's no reason why cars should be legal on the road releasing that much exhaust. Like that should be banned. Those cars should be banned. We don't really have a huge air pollution issue in Kenya, do we? It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But like when I tell
as soon as you step outside Nairobi, you realize the air is fresher outside Nairobi.
And I get that because it's a major city, right? But like we are, whatever's been happening in Kenya, at very least, we have the bare minimum. What we want is excellence. We want something excellent, right? But, woo, trust me.
But also Congo have been... So let me ask, when you land in Congo as a foreigner, is it, like, are you able to immediately tell that the country actually has a civil war going on, or you can't tell in Kinshasa?
In Kinshasa, you can't really tell unless you start going out and you see less expats. So like, because now a lot of the expats have gone home, back to their country. They're scared. Even though the war is happening like in Goma. It's a whole different region. But a lot of people have gone back. But for the most part, you won't really know. But it does feel like, God, I hate to say it. Anyway, it does feel like a war happened here though. Like this is war zone, man. It's it's like... a different type of oppression. Also, you know what it is as well? It's insane programming. Like there's a lot of skin bleaching billboards from between the airport and my hotel. I saw like 30 billboards just for skin bleaching, right?
Same brand.
Yeah, a lot of them, even the same brand or a
bad use
few
of,
more.
media
And then
money.
I saw a lot of billboards for like evangelists and pastors.
That's a must.
Apparently, yeah. Oh, you're back on your knees again.
Cut it for
I didn't sign up for that.
Nah, my vibes.
Anyways.
Look like you
Wait,
just
what are you
fell
saying
off-
about my hipster? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, the evangelist billboards, and then there's a lot of okay, this is another thing I noticed, which is why I feel like they're trying to really brainwash those people.
Yeah.
I saw like a lot of billboards for, let's say, an energy drink called like Canadian Energy or like American Power. I'm like, why can't it just say like Congo Power? Like you guys, I don't know. I look at you guys and I think you're powerful people. Like,
Yeah.
why not? It seems like there's like a self-hatred propaganda being like pushed even more onto the people, especially with the skin bleaching. I feel like the day they all realize who they are, they'll start mining on their own
Yeah.
for themselves, and
Yeah.
they'll all be wealthy. There's no reason why the amount of poverty that you experienced between the airport and my hotel was like, how is this one of the wealthiest countries
In Africa.
Yeah.
in
Actually, in the
Africa?
world.
In the
They have the
world.
most
In the
natural
world.
resources.
It has
Yeah.
the most extreme poverty I've ever seen in my life.
But also,
Ever.
for a country that has been in and out of civil wars for all these years, what do you
Yeah.
expect, bro?
Yeah.
Like, there's barely any time for the country to experience any sort of development,
Right.
even if it's bare minimum, just because they are constantly in and out of
yeah.
wars. And it's only because they're such a rich country. The only way to really steal minerals from Congo is to
Is
make
to
sure that they're not
destabilize the
stable.
country.
So the
Yeah.
country is just always unstable
Yeah.
because the West just wants to extract as
Exploit.
much minerals.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the leaders there are so
As in
selfish
cahoots.
that they're
Yeah.
always in
As long as
cahoots
they
with
get
yeah.
their cut,
Yeah.
they don't care.
And
Yeah.
what
I don't know if
happens.
there's a middle class there as well. Like, you know how we have a very obvious middle
wow.
class in
Yeah.
Kenya? I don't know if that exists. Because when you go to the nice area, it's really nice. It's like, oh, I'm in the money now. This is where this is where you decided to put, fix the roads and do what you're supposed to do. But
That's crazy.
5 minutes down the road is a whole
The other
different
extreme
story.
side.
Ooh, child.
Damn.
Yeah, it's so sad, man. Whatever is happening in Africa, in a lot of the African countries. But I wonder what the permanent solution for like Congo would be, bro.
A do-over. Let's tuanze tena.
Yeah.
Just start from literally.
Back
Okay.
to 1800s.
If I had
Yeah.
any type of control, the
Yeah.
first thing I would do is take the trash off the streets and make sure like to put trash bins everywhere so people have somewhere to put the trash. Then the second thing I would do is paint. I don't know. I think I would be more focused on the beautification of the city. Like just make it look like it's not. I don't want to wake up and then just be depressed. Like, damn, I'm still
Yeah.
here. I would want it to be beautiful. Kenya's gorgeous. Kenya is a bad bitch, you guys. You have no idea. It's a baddie.
How
Kenya's
bad?
a bad.
How bad? Out of
bad,
10?
Bad.
Out of 10?
12.
Damn.
People say this. You don't notice? Like people who come here from all over in Europe, they come here because of that.
Yeah.
They've never seen such natural. They feel like it's the Garden of Eden. Like, oh my God, this is. You guys have natural. You got all the animals. We have trees.
We're actually talking about
We have air. What are you talking? You're talking about buildings? Development? Honestly, other than South Africa, I mean, I haven't been to Angola. That's the only country I might think because they have a lot of development going on.
I think Namibia as well.
Namibia.
Doing it well.
Yeah. But I think after South Africa, I think Kenya's next on the list. I'm not gonna lie.
Morocco is number 1 in Africa now.
Really?
Yeah.
Development-wise,
Really?
Morocco is completely taken off. Morocco, even last year, Morocco had it was the most visited country in Africa.
Wow.
Even above Egypt that has the pyramids of
Pyramids,
Giza, bro.
Does
Insane.
visitation mean that it's like that nice? Because I went to
It's
Egypt and it was not. It was just there.
It depends though.
Besides the pyramids.
It depends though, because I think because Egypt they decided to keep Cairo the way Cairo looks old, and then they have new Cairo now, which is modern and has everything else that you'd imagine you'd want to see. Because even if you go to Alexandria and the other cities in Egypt, they're super developed. They look nice.
Really?
But just because of the pyramids, bro,
Some more,
Egypt
yeah.
has 2 of the 7 wonders of the world. So even in terms of just attraction, naturally, Egypt has always been the most visited in Africa. Because 2 of the 7 wonders of the world in one
Egypt
country.
is a
bro.
bad bitch for sure.
Yeah.
Egypt is not really a bad. Egypt has like some good qualities from what I saw. But I wouldn't say she's like a bad bitch. Though.
If we
She's
deconstruct a
bad.
bad bitch,
No.
they usually just have.
She's not bad.
Think about your. let's deconstruct a bad bitch.
Yeah.
They're
Let's
never
go.
perfect.
No, that's true.
They just have two nice things.
Which things? Let's go.
It's
Which
always
one?
just a nice bunda
Nice face.
and a bit.
Crazy. You know what?
And mental health issues.
Wow. You know what? You might be on one with that.
True.
Oh shit.
I did say
Show
the
me a
mental
vape.
health issues.
Either vape or gloss.
Wow.
Show us your vape
I
or
do
your
have
Either
bipolar.
vape or gloss.
Okay.
Floss is in my pocket.
If you don't have a vape, I hope you can deconstruct your mental health issues.
Wow.
Black and back.
Yeah. We're just saying you're a bad bitch.
Thank you.
So there is
Focus.
Things can go left on this podcast so quickly.
So Kenya is a bad bitch for sure because they're being mistreated. Because bad
absolutely.
bitches also get mistreated. They put people in power to mistreat them and then complain.
Literally.
Kenya is a bad
Yeah.
bitch for
And
sure.
then the leaders, they just be lying to us, just lying.
And you
Yeah.
take it.
And you just take it.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
So I was saying Morocco is because of many things. They've completely transformed their transport system. I think they have the fastest trains, one of the fastest trains in the world in Morocco. The trains work, the roads are super built. They actually manufacture and assemble cars in Morocco now.
Oh, wow. Nice.
They've moved out of the capital, which is it Casablanca or Rabat, which is one of them.
We had a
You know,
car.
so-
We had a car here too. Anyway, keep going.
the Mobius.
Yes.
The Mobius was not even a Kenyan car. It was a
a
Chinese car. Yeah.
The way I was so proud.
Bruh.
We imported spare parts and
We
put
imported
them
spare parts and put them
Nice.
together and then gave it a name.
It was like a baby G-Wagon without everything.
It was like
M-Wagon.
wagon or a jeep.
Maybe a Jeep. Maybe it's a Jeep.
Yeah, maybe a jeep without the J, bro. Just an
You see how we talk about our own? Wow.
No, but it's true though.
I'm just
So that
joking.
company in China allows you can get parts for specific models that they make,
Yeah.
and then you can just rebrand and give them a name. So that's what Mobius did.
Interesting.
Did you know that you can get like knockoff cars from China?
Yeah. I saw that TikTok at the Ajiwagon. And then, I don't know, it was in Chinese.
Achiwago.
So apparently there's like, some Rolls Royce moving around East Africa.
Sorry.
Moving around East Africa. I won't say which country, but there's like a
Uganda.
no
It's a roll zero.
Rolls Royce. Yeah, and apparently it's fake.
And
Damn.
it literally reads Rolls Royce.
Yeah, it's blue. What made you say that? Nothing.
It went over my head.
I didn't
It went over her head.
No, you guys are not gonna drag me into whatever. I didn't say TZ.
Haya.
I don't know what you're
think about
talking
Kumbuke
about.
hakuna suluhisho mukishikwa.
Oh, Baz.
And your president will
Moving
apologize
on.
to them.
Just think about a big meow. That's it.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
For someone who hasn't been touched this year. Some thoughts I would try to avoid.
Nice. I like how you do it. Very nice.
Wait, you know
Very nice.
when you said there's fake China ones, I didn't think that they actually have the name because it's illegal to put the name there. But I see China make replicas of everything. But I don't think I can make a car today and call it a Rolls Royce if it's fake. Otherwise, I could get sued for it.
Oh, but
I can make a car that looks exactly like
Exactly
it. I
like-
Who's
just
gonna
tweak
come
a few
and sue
things.
you in Nairobi, bro? So Rolls Royce is gonna come find you in the studio and be like, "Here, you're served."
Yeah,
Okay,
for
yeah.
sure.
Like,
They're just
let's be
gonna
real.
inaitangwa sis and insist.
So what do? Just take the R off, okay?
They'll
fine.
just put a stop to you. They don't want you to pay them.
Now, honestly, I don't even think they would be bothered. Would they though?
I don't think they would. I mean, why should they?
Yeah,
It's
they
already
shouldn't.
created.
Yeah, also it works in their favor anyway.
Plus, everything was made there anyway. Isn't that what all the high-end designers are
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
exposed
Yeah.
now? You know?
I was looking at the high-end supercars and it's all designers coming together at leather by Armies, CG Nini by sound by CG.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Some big
Balls.
as
They're trying to justify
lighting
$500,000 for a car.
Doesn't
But
make
also,
sense.
I see why they exist because you get to a level of money where now you need to buy such things because you have so much money coming in, it just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So
So your luxury is just a combination of luxuries.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah. But also, it's just about class, bro. it gets to a level where at a certain level now, it just makes sense for people to isolate themselves.
Did we tell you?
That could be
did we
from
tell you our new
what
dream?
they drive, why they hang out.
Tafari, should we pitch our dream?
No.
It's
What dream?
dope.
I'm
Okay, let's
curious. Ebu pitch.
We are the judges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, wow.
Shark Tank.
This
Let's
should be
go.
interesting.
Yeah.
So he said, when you start making crazy money,
My.
Tafari's gonna buy a red Ferrari. I'm gonna buy a yellow one. You're gonna buy a green one.
Oh, you
Why is he
decided for me
buying-
already.
So listen.
Okay.
Why is he part of the dream without his
I
knowledge?
know.
But go off.
And then we're gonna be driving them together, and then we're gonna call it Rasta Ferrari.
Nope. I'm gonna go home.
Guys,
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you very much.
Even
I'm
if we
gonna
go to
now.
Dubai, we just rent for a day. We take the
Nah,
flight.
fam.
We didn't get the water. Room
Nah,
temperature.
fam.
No,
Cold room temperature.
Nah,
So,
fam.
yeah.
No, I almost left because that was
Don't
crazy.
leave, don't leave.
Rasta
Don't-
Ferrari,
don't let them think I don't
wake
know
up,
Rasta
wake
Ferrari.
up
Rasta
immediately.
Ferrari.
Wake up.
I think waking up is a bad idea. Please sleep.
No,
That's just so animated.
Is it
My
the
goodness.
Ferrari that's the problem? We could do
no,
Lamborghini.
it's everything.
It's everything,
It's
bro.
everything.
My
Tafari,
goodness.
we're gonna find the third person.
Yeah.
Ama the third one will be a Tesla. This dream has to come through.
No, it
Well,
don't.
you're closer to your dreams than you might
Yeah.
think. You could just get it.
Yeah, you
in
never know.
China.
Peter said my dreams are valid.
They are valid.
Shout out to Lupita.
Why did you say
Her dreams are valid. I don't know about
valid.
your dreams. It's nice to be honest. And
Damn.
I have one last question about Congo before I forget.
Okay.
What kind of music plays in the clubs there? Like a lot of Lingala, or they play all type of music?
Mostly Congolese music. I mean,
Live bands?
there's a lot of live bands, but like all the hotels, restaurants, you'll just constantly see live music.
Nice.
It's a very musical place, but for the most part, what the hell? Blah! You will hear mostly Lingala, French music.
Yeah,
It's a francophone country, so
Yeah.
there is like Afro beats, but not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they,
Okay.
they play
Makes
themselves
sense.
more.
I'm surprised you haven't asked the question you wanna ask.
Which is
The waist?
Are they
Like if-
parking?
are they?
When they stand
I
there?
wouldn't.
Mwass.
I actually wouldn't know.
Mwass, do you know I know how to speak for myself? Why would I even come from what music plays there to if they're parking?
See, maybe you just wanna know if they look like tripods on the side.
Nah, nigga.
Because in Kenya,
Time out from Mwass.
because in Kenya we
you
look
know
like
why?
gimbals.
Time out.
There's like
Honestly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 8 tripods in here. So
Yeah,
Wow.
literally.
So this is Congo.
you know what? I definitely wouldn't know. But I have heard though. I have heard like in the world they have like
Yeah, I had that as
they're very
well.
endowed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really believe those types of
Me
stuff because who
too.
checked? Who's the person to confirm all those
There
things?
you go. And how long was this survey? How deep
Exactly.
maybe they just go for this?
And
They
who
just
did you
looked at-
ask?
And also, which month of the year did they go for? Because if it was summertime,
Wait, so seasons change? Like
of course.
No way.
Definitely. Like now, June, July, this is our worst month.
Like now. What's actually now? June,
What?
July. We are in June, July.
Okay, so when it's cold, basically.
oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's
it's a
news.
thing. Yeah.
Nah, you're just giving excuses for
I'm-
whatever has
No,
happened.
I'm being honest. No, because Nairobi is mostly sunny anyway.
January till April, you shake after use.
yeah. June,
July,
you just
you wiggle it.
That's crazy.
wait.
I'm
Of
so
course,
glad
you
I
guys
don't have
know
a
that.
penis.
You didn't
I'm
know
so
that?
glad.
No,
no,
seriously.
how would I know?
So wait, so even in these months, does grower and shower still apply?
Yeah, it does. It
does.
Let me the thing with
And they say men are easier to understand.
with-
No, they're
Crazy.
the thing with showers is those motherfuckers are always showing off
Man,
unnecessarily. Growers. This is now worse for growers.
Growers and
Yeah.
showers. Okay.
Growers, you have two genders during the day.
yeah. For grow, it's true though. For growers, your dick is almost in your tummy by now. It just keeps reclining. What a recliner!
You pee internally.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that
Bro, you
went,
could literally pee through your mouth.
that
It's so
went-
bad.
That went very
How
left.
does that biology work?
Very left.
It works
Let's not
is-
even get into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't sound like it's good for your kidneys. Being inside.
You already went to China, process,
We've
manufacture.
gone so far, man. Ay, ay, ay. You know, there's procedures though that can help you out. So if you need that too, there's they can
Like
help.
penis enlargement. Is that
Yes.
actually a thing?
I don't know, but I think I've
think
seen
so.
it advertised.
Yeah, I think that belongs to people who just have a small dick.
Did you see that in Congo?
And how many billboards?
That doctor chose the worst place to do business.
Right. I don't think that they would need that.
They'd have gone
Say it's
to
true.
the Chiwagon side.
Oh my God.
Ooh, this is very
It
unusual.
looks like blue, bro.
No.
It's blue. Guess what else is blue?
Wow.
What? His balls are blue. The whole year, zero action.
Yeah, at this point,
Stop talking about my tattoos.
Wait, I thought blue ball only happens when you've been like aroused and then nothing happens.
That's
So
it.
if you were never aroused, then you're fine.
No.
But that's him all the time.
Generally,
It's just not getting any action.
Scientifically, how many erections does someone get a day? Like
we
11?
wouldn't know.
11?
Yeah. Like
No wonder
random
you guys
ones.
are just-
Not induced ones.
Damn.
3.
3.
No way. Lunch.
Wait, kwani ni dawa?
just-
Morning lunch.
I'm just gonna Google.
What are you
It's a
talking
meal
about?
plan.
Chat.
Meal plan is
Let's ask
crazy.
ChatGPT.
It's
Hi.
11.
How many erections
I've done
do
the
men
research.
naturally get without being aroused
In a day.
in a day?
Hey there. It's normal for
Why does it
Why
keep
does she
doing
do that all the
I don't
time?
know. Why?
I
Are you going to speak?
I would have searched on my, but I don't want that on my.
maybe a woman needs to ask. How many erections do men naturally get in a day? Oh, it wasn't even recording.
Damn.
How many erections do men naturally get in a day? We must know.
Please.
Okay, I'll just read it.
Okay.
Okay, so you have during sleep, nocturnal erections, during the day. And it says in total 10 to 20 erections is
10
typical.
to 20.
That's a lot of erections, bro.
Yep. Well, okay, so let me just start from the top here.
20 is for the guys who sleep during the day.
During sleep, men typically have 3 to 5 erections during the REM, rapid eye movement phases of sleep. What is a rapid eye movement phase?
It's just like this.
When you're sleeping. These can last 20 to 40 minutes each, and they're a sign of healthy blood and nerve supply to
Our
the
best erections to Melania.
Then there's during the day, and it depends on your age, your hormone levels, your sexual activity and arousal, your physical stimulation, and mental and emotional state. So clearly, it's a mental, emotional situation. On average, men they have 5 to 15 during the day, and then 10
Yeah.
to 20 throughout the whole. Yeah, that's crazy.
10
Day
to
and- day and
20.
night.
I think then I definitely have to go get checked tomorrow. 5 to 20, bro. When is the last time you just had 20 erections?
Alafu amesema lasting 40 minutes.
But that's at night when you're sleeping. Bro, I'm gonna set random alarms. Just to confirm this.
I don't think an alarm is what you need. Just set up a camera.
Actually,
Yeah, because an alarm you'll wake up and then now it'll go away.
I don't think it's gonna go away instantly, bro. Watch party. Overnight watch party.
So it's gonna be a live watch party. You're going to go to sleep, alafu we sit down.
I don't think one woman can handle one man now. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
The way, because you guys have been saying it for years, but we just never listened. But now
Yeah.
after ChatGPT, it
Might
makes
be
So,
true.
so what do you think? How many women does each man need?
I mean,
According to what you just read. Vicky.
it would depend on his schedule. If he doesn't work, if he doesn't have a job, minimum at least 5. 2 times per day.
Facts.
But if he actually has a job and he works,
Maybe like
honestly,
2.
like 2, right?
Yeah,
per
2,
day.
yeah.
Per day.
But even if you do the math, a 40-minute erection and women get off typically around 6-7 minutes.
But also, Mwass, this is just an erection that is not aroused. There's no woman there. So if you add a woman, then it doesn't last.
It becomes 2 minutes.
much.
It becomes my last video.
Or they need to invent some type of medication so that you can control that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs.
No, naibaki tu hivi.
Yeah,
I think it's
it's too
just
much.
fine.
That is crazy.
No, because if you get married, you need to give them to your husband. Like you don't need 20 erections for
Yeah.
what?
Why are you gatekeeping my erection?
Yeah, because I don't trust what you're gonna do with them. That's what
See, I'm
it is.
sleeping. I can't just fuck my imaginary bitches.
Hell no.
Imaginary host.
Imaginary.
Nigga, I'm popping up in your dreams. Are you mad?
You're driving
Are
around
you
in your dreams.
mad?
Who bought you that?
Who are you dreaming about?
Oh my
Find her
gosh.
in real life.
Let me cheat in peace.
Oh my God.
Wow, cheating
called
piece
virtual
is crazy.
cheating.
Virtual cheating. Anyway,
That's
so
something that seems very common in Congo too.
Which thing?
Virtual cheating?
No, like, well, actual.
Actual cheating.
Yeah, I used to think like, certain other African men are bad. Woo-wee, they're different. They're different over there. I think it's because they get married very young. Okay. Like, I think they're like forced around between 24 to 28, you're married as a man in Congo.
Oh, shit.
So I think that's probably why.
28 is the cutoff.
Yo, I'm not even lying. Yeah. I don't know.
Everybody's married in Congo?
Everybody's married. And then women, they don't really go out with their men. So when you go to the club, like, because I had a club appearance, right?
Yeah.
It was like 85% men. They leave their wives at home.
That's Juja.
So...
Are you serious?
So the 15% women are not married? The ones in the club?
No, the rest of them are like either sex workers or expats.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Goodness.
Wait, so they don't even have clubs for the women?
They don't go out. They stay at home. They're
Take
not
care
allowed
of the
to go
babies,
out.
cook and do.
Take care.
Damn.
But the men are outside. They're outside. Too much testosterone. There's always a fight.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but also then it's not that much fun if it's just dudes out all the time.
They find ways.
Because the sex workers are there.
The sex workers are there.
Yeah.
There's champagne. They're flossing. They're having fun.
But also flossing is only nicer if there's
There's
women.
space.
There's
Yeah.
women to
Flossing for my
floss with.
fellow men, what for?
I'm flexing
no,
for
they
you a
do
bottle. Chaxy.
No, wait a second. But you guys definitely floss for each other. Are you
Fact.
saying that? Yeah.
Most of the time it has
our
nothing to do
our
with
end goal is usually
Exactly.
baby.
I'm trying to
So
upstage the
true.
next man.
I tell
Yeah.
you, if you only put men in a club, I promise you, even the Dorimes, you're not going to see the Dorimes.
We'll drink
I
our
guarantee
beers.
you, bro.
Imagine they'll be there because
Bro.
you get like Vic, like she said, you're always trying to upstage each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I'm
table, look at
telling
how
you.
many? 5.
Yeah.
Bring 10.
Mariah, I'm telling you,
Shut the whole bar.
I'm telling you,
Because
only
they're babes.
because there's women. I'm telling you, if you put men alone in the club now, you're not seeing any bottles, bro. The bottles will just be on the table.
Chaxy, we don't really see that many bottles now. And there's
Anyway.
women. It's Tusker.
Where
The
do you
economy is
go?
not good also.
Recession indicator.
Where do you go?
Do we pop bottles?
But I can guarantee you, if women are not in the club, men will just have bottles delivered on the table. Bro, when we hang out by ourselves, you think you see it, the girls come with bottles.
Women.
But as soon as the women come in, bro, I want a full-on show.
Baka, you're saying,
Come
go
on.
and write, we are the boys.
So it may look like it's men against men, but I can guarantee you, all of them
It's
is just
for
for these
women.
women. It's for women all the time. Yeah.
So maybe there's some untold truths
Dude,
that we don't know about.
men and men by themselves know women. You'd think they're small kids playing together, bro. You've not seen videos of men randomly because they're wearing the same jersey on the road. They don't know each other, and then they're there. They
just
become best friends
Yeah.
suddenly. Now that is men without
And
women.
you just drive the same
wow.
car as someone else you meet at the parking lot.
Your best
Your
friends.
buddies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or watching football, now that's men. But as soon as women come in, hey, bro.
Everything
different
changes.
Somebody
story.
needs to change their jacket suddenly. I'm like,
You know what it is? I
I'm
think
like, bring my phone.
because it's only 15%, let's say women, right?
Yeah.
They're competing for those few women that are there. So do you
And those
understand?
15% are sex workers. You just swipe.
So you just swipe is crazy. There's levels to sex work,
Facts.
So there could be a bidding war going on. There could be many things happening that you don't know.
You can auction sex work.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah.
Have you ever like bought a sex worker?
I've not, but I have friends who have.
Okay.
Yeah.
My friend.
Be honest.
Chaxy,
We're not
that friend.
judging. You.
No.
I've never
I've never
actually.
bought sex directly. I've got a bag and
Damn.
I mean, so do you still kind of so you bought her food, and then in exchange,
Bro,
I
she
said
was
there's levels.
starving.
She was starving.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like she was charging that. I said there's levels.
Yeah, that's her price.
That's her price.
even airtime.
Some people it's drinks. Some people airtime. Some people
It's a
attention.
flight to
Some
Dubai.
people is
Some
a
people
flight out of
depends.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
Some people it's just a little bit of attention,
Facts.
which is honestly the saddest part.
Yeah. But,
Imagine.
but I'm talking about direct currency. Like I'm gonna have sex with you and you're gonna charge me for it. And you're gonna give me a price, pay for it, have sex, no strings attached.
But isn't that happening on Instagram like every day?
It's the same thing, but I'm saying I just have to.
Yes,
Which handles
Instagram.
them?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Which so that
It is the number one
so
thing
we
inside
can
of the
block them.
world.
I want to block those handles.
Socialite. That's just a fancy name for
Ebu, give me the
hoe.
top five.
Like, let's know it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
But I don't want
Breaking
the
news.
ones
So like, who exactly? I just want to make sure I block them.
Me-
in
me-
case
said who?
in case they appear on my explore page.
My For You page, I'm not for me.
I'm like,
You, I was what?
Mariah said she
Told
loves
me
me and she
you.
doesn't want me to see her hand on
just give
The
me
way
three,
you said
but
who
the
exactly
ones.
is so crazy.
Give me the
So
ones
that
without
I can
passports.
block them. I'm being
Right.
honest
Of
there.
course.
Passports or no.
Me, I don't want to be asked to go to Dubai. Even me, I've never been to Dubai.
Then make it an excursion. Go together.
As excursion.
A sex casual.
There you go.
That's a better idea.
Excursion.
There you
Anyway,
go.
Vicky, back to you. Forget this too.
One.
Victoria music.
Oh, that part. I almost forgot.
Oh yeah, and wait. So the reason why I asked what music they play there is because I want to know, what do you sit in the debate of we need a Kenyan sound? Does it make any difference?
Okay, I think that Kenya does have a sound.
Ooh.
Like there is Kenyan music that plays, and then you're like, that's obviously Kenyan. Like
Yeah.
urban tone. I mean, before it was kapuka. Like we've always had a sound. I think we just need more amplification. Like we just need like at least 80% Kenyan airplay on Kenyan radio. That would be dope.
In
Then
the
everyone can hear it.
nightclubs, yeah.
Yeah, the DJs, because when I go to Tanzania, Nigeria, Congo, South Africa, that's my experience. I hear predominantly their own content on the radio and all the clubs. Every establishment I go to, I hear local content. But here, you know, even Uganda, I hear so much Ugandan
Even
music.
Uganda, yeah, they play a lot of their own music.
You know, so
And a lot of Drake. And a lot of Afrobeats. And a lot of dancehall. And a lot of... So it's just... That's
Okay.
Nairobi.
It's a mashup. It's
a
just
mashup.
Nairobi.
as confused as the government.
I would give it at least a good 50-50.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
least 50% Ugandan music and then 50% of the world.
Yeah.
If we could just get there, that would be a nice place.
And then there's Kenya where 10 years you can get a club. All I do is we.
Man, you can really go out and not hear one
Yeah.
Kenyan song in a lot
Yeah.
of clubs now.
Facts.
Like
Oh yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
night.
The whole
Facts.
night.
That's so depressing.
Fact.
Honestly, I'm gonna start like finding a way to attack DJs. Like when that happens, I don't
Yeah.
know how I'm gonna do it. Let's just think
We're
of something.
DJs, you can practice.
Damn, I was going to make such
The
a bad...
attack is meant
I was
to
gonna
be
make such a
painful.
bad-
I know what you want to say. Don't say it.
What
What did
say
you
it.
want to say?
Probably like hit a babowin or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
Dude, I know
I'm gonna say,
you well.
I'm gonna say I'll introduce you to Babu, you know.
Dude, no, and I knew it.
Like there has to be a way. We need to make it against the law or something. I don't know. Let me just, you know what? Let's pivot. Where we? What's the
You
next?
mind, can you pray for me?
Sure.
They need to
Get
sex
on your
them.
knees.
Lay hands on you.
Okay, just a quick prayer.
Lord God, in the name of Jesus or whoever he prays to, please help him. He's wayward,
Very.
but he has a good heart deep down. So please just help him, assist him, guide him. Amen.
Oh.
Umwambia mbona usemi ime ati thank you.
She said,
I
oh.
feel like you've just told God, do the best you can. It's a lot going on.
Wayward, but it's
Do your best.
Yeah. Do you still not go out as much? Okay, what does Vicky do outside music?
Oh, I mean,
I don't
so
see
many
you outside
things.
as much.
I have a full life outside of music. Like,
For sure.
Of course.
I mean socially.
I wouldn't be able to.
I mean
like,
socially.
No, socially, you know, I hang out with friends. I stay home. I watch movies. I cook sometimes. I go to my friend's salon. Shout out to MLH. I'm always in her salon. We, you know, try on things, play dress up. You know, we have fun. We travel a lot.
Yeah.
I record myself at home, so I'm always recording. I just created a course. Like I do all kind of things. I'm also a history geek. I love history. So I'm always watching like documentaries and like trying to learn stuff, coming up with theories in my head of, you know, why people are so crazy. Yeah,
That sounds like a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, no, but I have to. So yeah, I just try to keep myself busy doing other things.
Yeah.
So what's the most recent reason why people are crazy?
Ooh, I don't know, man. Do we unpack that?
Let's go.
Let's unpack it like the body.
Like the body.
Yeah.
You said the number one reason why people are crazy.
Yeah.
the most recent one you came up with. I'm the most fascinating
Okay, let me
one.
try and remember something. Okay. I think that. Have you ever seen Snapped? Snapped is like a show where women like completely flip. Okay, so let's just say Snapped is like it's a TV show, and it'll be about a woman. She's probably in jail, and they're interviewing her, and they're trying to figure out how she got to the point where she snapped. Snapped meaning she woke up one day and like killed her husband.
Okay.
Like 98% of them are like they just killed their husband, right? But it'll be the story, like they give them an opportunity to tell their story. So it'll be like they stayed for 15 years and the husband like cheated, abused her, and she just continued staying and being a good wife. And then one day she woke up and snapped. So then like, it'll just be crazy things like that. So I think one reason why people are crazy is because they stay in situations where they should have just, like, you could have just been left, girl. Like, you didn't have to get to that point. Even just yesterday, there was another lady who said that she shot her husband. And when they asked her why, she's like, I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I was tired. So you could have just left?
What is
you had to take him out first? So yeah, I like studying things like that. Very interesting. You know, like what makes a person tick to that degree?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
You know?
But that would be, would that be the same as, because I'd assume, especially people who have things like guns, because for someone to murder you with like a knife, it takes a lot. But a gun could be as simple as
boom.
a very impulse decision and then someone is dead.
Yeah.
But to get to the point where that is like the option you're left with, it means you've really been pushed for many years.
Many years.
Yeah.
And one lady left the husband's body in the house for 2 years.
Oh.
And just locked the room. And she put like scented candles in the hallway. The only reason they found him is because the neighbors, she kept making up lies why the neighbors hadn't seen the husband. Like, oh, where's George? Whatever his name was. And she's like, oh, no, he went out of town. But she ran out of excuses and they called the police. They came there. They found the body under a sheet in the back room, locked. And it was just skeleton.
It didn't smell?
It smelled like the first however long body smelled for.
Yeah.
But the scented candles.
In the
Yeah.
house, I think, babe.
Yeah, and she kept her kids. Everybody was still in the house. Life as normal, but she didn't even
A
like.
for creativity, I'll give her
Yeah,
that.
she didn't even bury him.
You're commending her.
Just
A
kept
for
him there.
creativity, bro. Who would think of scented candles in the hallway?
Yeah,
Who would think
But
of that?
scented candles would overpower the smell of
Maybe
a dead
not.
body.
maybe not. But
Maybe she did add other things. I don't think
Probably.
candles is
She
she
enough.
probably
bro.
had incense too. Who knows?
I don't think even
I don't think
incense is
it's-
enough, bro.
I don't think we should give
Incense
people.
is
I don't
not
think
even-
it's an aromatic issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
The stench is crazy.
kept it
bro.
in the back room and then
2 years is wild though.
2 years they kept the body there.
I hope
Very
she's locked up
interesting.
somewhere very far.
She is
for sure.
She is,
Hey.
but she's happy. She looks happy.
I
She looks
If you
very
can
happy.
live,
2 years ago,
body for-
someone is rotting in the back door.
I'm sure she was singing
You
happy
know how
birthdays. They were doing
mentally
anniversaries.
disturbed. Do you know how deep that is for
Yeah.
you to be like, he's dead?
It's
I'm
good.
still gonna move on and just
That's
it.
definitely a sick person. I don't think any normal person
But
would
what
do
caused
that.
the sickness? You know how they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing with the same result over and over again. So I think what happened where she was doing the same thing
Yeah.
with the same results. And
Being
then
a good
she,
wife.
I think there's now insanity in just surface level, which is how you're doing the same thing when you expect to get different results. But now
Right.
Haz is insane for like Madare. Like she needs
Even
like
Madare
Chiromo.
therapists are like,
Like yeah, your level.
you need
It's
to
a
change her.
discovery.
Hey.
Yeah. It's only that maybe she still does everything else properly, dresses, she's not dirty, she's not on the streets. Otherwise, she's not very different
yeah,
from
she's cool.
that random
It's
madman
not,
in the
it's,
streets.
it's not difficult to maintain a facade.
It is.
It depends on what
but-
the facade is.
Just shower, dress nice, and you were walking outside that you murdered your husband.
And just keep doing everything
Yeah,
Normally.
dropping
yeah.
your kids to school.
because I
buying
can
food.
understand.
Yeah.
I think everyone has experienced a temporary moment of insanity. Have you guys never experienced like a moment where you're like, this person has pushed me, and at this point, if
It's
he pushes me
whatever.
one step more, I don't care.
Give me
We're going to
Can you
jail.
Give me an
share
example
yours
so I
first?
can maybe piggyback on
Decide
that.
which one.
I promise. Yeah, what's the example?
No, I think everybody has that.
I just wanna gauge how crazy we are going, so that I know which example to
Was it
give
the
you.
day
Okay.
I tried to burn her
Like-
car or the day I peed in there?
Yeah, let's go through.
I mean, it can, temporary insanity, I think it's just a quick thing that just happens, right? Let's say somebody's bothering you, like taunting you and then just like up in your face, right? Let's just say for like 2 hours, someone's just putting their hands in your face and just
2
constantly-
hours with hands in your face.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Maria,
You
for
can have
14
a
seconds
moment.
in.
You
where
have 1
that's-
second to get your bloody hand or you'll be handicapped.
Do you see?
Decide.
I mean, you could just be like, you see the nearest knife, like something that's just, I gotta get this person away from me. It could just be something so quick like that. That is a temporary second of insanity because, I mean, you could also have just walked away, you know, but you still there and you allowed yourself to continue to be taunted to the point where you wanted to get this person away without walking away, without you just
Yeah.
removing yourself, and then
From
you
the
took
situation.
you took a knife, and then it just happened.
So which is
A lot of
which
crime
is the
happens
last one?
No,
Did you carry a knife or machete?
Teeth.
What
No.
did you? Oh, teeth.
Can I tell you the truth? Something like this kind of happened to me a long time ago in LA, and it was my cousin. My cousin, man. Oh my God, my cousin. shout out to my cousin, but
Guy, I was thinking you were going to say rest in peace. I was like,
No. No, he's alive. No, but he was just getting on
It's a he.
Yeah,
Even worse.
he got on the last nerve that I had available, like the last one, the very last one. And I did have a moment where I picked up something. And
What thing?
It was a thing, but I did pick it up.
was it heavy?
No.
Was it sharp?
Yeah. I picked it up. And
4
then-
points or 1.
So a knife.
But like the moment I picked it up is the moment I realized that, okay,
Yeah, chill out.
time to go, because wow, for me to get to that point where I'm like, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and then some people get stuck there. You don't want to get stuck in the moment of, you don't want to get stuck there, because then, woo.
Or maybe
I love
just
this
happen.
snap out as
lose
quick
yourself
as
for
you
20
can.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then now you're back to yourself. You're like, shit.
yeah.
I have to wear one outfit for 20 years.
Look like a cartoon version of yourself
It's
forever.
a nightmare.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
do you still
so-
need Babu Wino's number? Do you think you still need it?
What? No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Isn't he running for president soon?
Governor.
I don't know.
No, I thought he was gonna run for president.
I think governor. President eventually.
Okay.
Probably,
Would
but,
you vote for him?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Would you?
Would you?
Well, he's actually a member of
He's my
parliament.
MP.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you
And
vote?
apparently he works. But he also misbehaves.
Again, it's like there's a
Balance.
specific side of our area where he works, because our side, Omo.
Because you guys don't vote. He knows.
She said, "Oh,
But he knows you guys are not going to
You're
vote
from the
for him,
nicer areas. They're like,
So he's not working evidently. So
what do you want? There is a road.
It's crazy.
The road is
Damn.
in a bad state.
I wouldn't
It's
vote
crazy.
for him.
Yeah.
that's crazy."
He's sinister. He's
Okay.
Are you-
So can we now ask you questions of things we don't know about you?
Oh, okay.
Finally.
Should I be scared? Let me get some water.
Ah, you right.
Lord.
And even if it's things you think we know, the
tell
guys
us.
listening don't know.
That's true.
Wait. So you are BGV for Myra?
I was.
Is that how you began a professional career or no?
Yeah, that was really like the first time I was like on actual stages
Yeah.
and performing for crowds of people other than church. Yeah,
Okay.
that was the first time. I was 16.
Nice.
16. How did that come about? Like with Massey?
So she was a friend of my brother, my big brother, Bamboo. Shout out to Bamboo. And
Hold up.
right,
That's a legend, bro.
You know?
You have no idea what bamboo means to someone like me. I grew up on his raps for sure. Shout out.
They used to get
he's
courier.
fire.
The music got there, of course.
Why are you giving him airtime?
Yeah.
Right.
Victoria, please.
Sorry, sorry.
Now we are listening to Victoria.
So- sorry.
Your contribution, we've received your
enough.
entire contribution.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A plus.
Right.
A plus.
So no, I mean, you know, he made the introduction, and then it just happened that she needed like an extra BGV, and she had been doing some touring, and she was like, she gave me her album, and she's like, you have 2 weeks to learn the harmony, the soprano harmony in every single song and every Luo song that's on
Yeah,
this
because
project.
like, considering most were in Luo.
Yep. And so
Damn.
she gave me 2 weeks. And I went home and I studied and I studied and I studied and I learned all the songs in the soprano harmony. And then she taught me the steps. And then we started traveling. We went to Tanzania. We went to Burkina Faso. We went to Masai Mara. And this is all when I was 16.
Wow.
Damn.
So like, yeah, we did a bunch of shows, man. Like it was honestly a really good experience. And she was a tough teacher. Like she did not play about her stage. One thing about Mercy, she does not play about her stage, her fashion. And so it was just good to have that as an example, you know.
Damn, 16 living the life.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah,
What's
it was
happening around
work.
school this time? I might was during the holidays.
This is, okay, so my school life is a little complicated. I had already graduated high school.
Okay.
So I graduated early, by the way.
Oh, you're bumming.
I was kind of just freestyling at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I was starting a music career, I guess, but I was 16 and I was allowed to go and do these tours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did graduate high school early.
So, because you mentioned the choir earlier, so both your parents were pastors?
Pastors.
Yeah,
Still are
still
pastors?
Are.
Yeah. They didn't push you towards doing gospel music?
No, they definitely encouraged it. Like, you know, it would be nice for you to sing some gospel. And I did, and I have. My last album has a gospel song.
Yeah.
And I do have like a gospel EP that I created. I don't know how or when I'm going to put it out, but I do have one. You know, I'm sure they would prefer that.
They would.
By far.
Have they ever come to see you in any of your shows?
No. But they did, I know, right? It's actually painful if you think about it. But they did come for my first album launch. which was at Tribe a long time ago.
At Tribe? Okay.
Yeah.
If you had,
Okay.
what if you had it at Big Club?
No, they definitely would not be there. They would definitely not be there at all.
Coming into the club with their rosaries.
Right. They would not be there.
And holy water.
Holy water, really?
Damn.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So at what point did you go by Victoria's Secret? Was it?
Oh, Vicky's Secret.
Vicky.
Yeah, it was Vicky's Secret.
Yeah.
So it's because, my real introduction into like the actual music industry in America was through songwriting. So I used to write for other artists. And apparently I was very quick at writing songs. Like I would go in and be done in like an hour and a half.
Wow.
And the whole song would be done. And so they were like, what's the secret? So they were like, well, we gonna call you Vicky's Secret. And then that's just how it happened.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
It's a
Yeah,
cool-
and then
cool
that's that.
nickname.
And so this was under what? Convict Music? The songwriting?
Yeah, so there was like a subsidiary under Convict. And yeah, it was exactly that point. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So wait, I wanna put like a timeline together. So this is when T-Pain and Akon are blowing up, or they already blown up. What time? What year? What year is this?
Already blown.
Yeah.
It was right at the moment where he signed Lady Gaga.
This is like...
So it's like 2009.
Yeah.
2008,
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Damn, that was a big. That must have been a big deal, though. No.
Yeah.
What?
Like Convict Music, because I think they had T-Pain had left. I think so. I think it just left.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't signed
like a
directly to
subsidiary.
Convict, but still, I was around all of them. I recorded in all this with all his producers.
Yeah.
In his mom's house a couple times. So I was definitely in the family. And yeah, crazy times.
2008 was peak Lady Gaga when the
Yeah,
Illuminati
and Colby
conversation.
Adonis, them Lord.
Oh my God, exactly. All
Yeah.
that Red One vibes. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was around the time.
What kind of songs? Like, are there songs that you are part of that say were big in Kenya that we are familiar with?
Yeah, in the world, which is a very controversial situation.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'll just say I did have some songs plagiarized.
Oh.
Yeah. I will say that there was things I was a part of that I didn't get credit for. And what was the first question? What were we?
I don't even know. What did I ask? I think I asked if
Any
there's-
big projects that you
that
have
we-
been
that
a
we are
part
familiar
of,
with,
that
yeah.
we don't know you are a part of, or
Right.
that we do know.
Well, I will say that I will be releasing a docuseries soon, and I'll be talking about that in great detail.
Damn.
How messy did it get?
I mean, what?
How messy did it get?
It didn't get as messy as it should, but it's going.
I was aiming.
Yeah, but it will.
Yeah. But the music industry is just weird, bro.
Yeah.
It's very
Like everyone
weird.
just has. Everyone will tell you such bad stories about the music industry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder why, bro.
Well, I'll tell you what a wise man told me. This is very, very, you're going to love this one. I can just know he's going to love it. Someone said to me, well, this is the music industry. You're bound to get, can I cuss on here?
Yes.
Forgive me, Lord.
Aye,
You're bound to get
I've
fucked.
forgiven you.
You're bound, the Lord. You're bound to get fucked. It's up to you how much Vaseline is used.
Damn.
That's exactly what they told me.
I think they should use at least baby oil.
Okay, well, listen, we're not talking about literal fucking here. We're talking about like fucked over. Like
know what you mean.
you're bound to get screwed over at some point. It's up to you how much Vaseline is
Yeah.
used. So yeah, you gotta lawyer up and be bold. Because there's a lot of like, I think most of the people who get like screwed over are people who are afraid to speak out because they're scared of being blacklisted, which was my
Yeah.
story. I didn't want to be blacklisted.
Yeah.
I was scared. There was one song I was a part of, and the person is like a part of like some Russian mafia. And if I'm gonna start speaking out, it's just me out here. I have only my cousin in America. And, like, what am I gonna do?
And you've already hit them with the sharp thing.
Exactly. And I've already messed that up.
So basically, you're on your own.
So you're on your own.
Maybe
You're
the mafia guys would have been impressed and be like,
Right.
you're one of us.
So yeah, so it was like, it was crazy. It's a lot of intimidation. So you have to like just have a strong mind, you know. Honestly.
What does the
it's
contract
crazy.
look like for songwriting? So you.
What is the what?
The contract. So I'm assuming you're mainly. So are you getting paid like publishing rights, or you're also getting paid for each project you work on? Like what is the
It
agreement?
depends on how
financially?
how you do it. Some songwriters are not getting paid at all. Some songwriters are getting paid I've seen
A lot of money.
I've seen both sides, both extremes. I've seen a dude that wrote like some. There was one year Trey Songz had like back-to-back hits. I don't know the exact year, but I met the guy who had written like all those songs. I actually met him in Diddy's studio, by the way, which is ironically called Daddy's House.
Yeah. We are definitely circling back to that.
But he had written like all these dope songs for Trey Songz, and then he comes as we were all leaving the studio at the same time, and he was like, "Yo, sis, you got $10? I'm trying to get a taxi and go home." And I'm like, $10? Didn't you write all these songs? But apparently, he signed over like 100% of his publishing, probably to Diddy.
Oh
so
my goodness.
that's there's people who do that, and then there's multi-millionaires who've made so much money from songwriting from one song. So it just depends. And then so where I was at was there's two parts, right? I had a publishing deal. Which means I would not have gotten paid until the song came out and I started collecting royalties and publishing. But I started getting smart and I realized the people that they're bringing in the sessions to come and come and be stars who don't know how to write, typically they're like models or strippers or like, just like girls who just don't have any swag or they don't know how to write. And I was like, I can actually just find these people on my own and charge them directly. And so that's what I started doing. So I actually was making a living for a while, like charging, especially strippers. Strippers were some of my best clients. Oh my God. They would pay me like $5,000 for a song. So if I write 3 songs for them or give them like a little 4 or 5 song EP, that's a nice, it's a decent bag.
That's a nice paycheck. So can we now talk about the freak-offs?
Wait, so is Diddy the one who gave you the advice about the Vaseline?
No.
Oh, thank you.
No.
Of course, Diddy would have said maybe.
No. That was actually,
what
that
was
was Tehran from our city that told me that.
Oh, bless him.
Right? Bless him for telling me the truth.
Yeah, so what are the
Diddy.
freak-offs like?
No, I didn't go to any freak-off. Thank you very much. I only met him one time.
Tell us about what you heard.
Yeah, tell us.
Honestly, I didn't hear anything. I was signed to a publishing company that was putting me in different people's studios. So I worked with Mario Winans. I worked with just a bunch of people that were under the same publishing house. It's very easy. Once you're signed to the same people, it's easy to collaborate. So Mario Winans is how I ended up in Daddy's House. And I wrote 2 songs that everybody loved. And I remember the day he brought Puff in to come and listen to the records. And it was just brief. He just walked in, listened to both the songs, shook my hand. He was like, "That's fire." And then he left. And then that was it. That was the first and last time I saw him. So the Holy Spirit was protecting me.
No,
Clearly.
I mean, also, I don't think I was his type. Let's be very fair. And this is like 2000 and I definitely was not his type. And he was with Cassie. Oh yeah, so there was a record that was called Bougie Shit. I'll never forget. It's called Bougie Shit. He wanted that song for Cassie. And I was told to come back to Daddy's House and vocal produce her so that, I can help her record the song. And for whatever reason, I couldn't make it to that session. It was raining. I was broke. I did not have any money, you guys. Even to get a train, I didn't have it. I was down bad, you guys.
Your ancestors were busy.
I was down so bad. And then I didn't make it. And then Mario...
I'd have sent you something if you called me.
Definitely, yeah.
209 in Korea.
I'll have sent you whatever I had.
I was down so
I'll have
bad.
sent you whatever I had.
Words
And
of
then-
affirmation.
One thing about me, when I'm going through things, I don't like to tell people. So I could have just called Mario and been like, "Hey, can you send me a taxi or can you help me out?" But something in me was like, man, I don't even want to imagine being broke and then I'm going to be here vocal producing for Cassie. Like, I'm giving you my song. It felt so I was like, you guys just record it if you want. And then that was it. I got cussed out for not making it and not even communicating that I wouldn't make it. And then that was that.
Damn. Are you still like that? Like when you're going through stuff, do you just keep it to yourself or that has changed?
I think it's changed now. Because then I started realizing that apparently everyone goes through stuff. It's not just me. So now I'm very, especially with my friends I'm more open now.
Yeah.
But I think that was God protecting me though.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Anna.
Maybe.
You would have had fun stories today, bro. You should have gone.
No.
You should have
been
just
in
gone,
court
bro.
testifying.
That's for the stories,
Case
bro.
7 of
crazy.
Diddy's trial. Absolutely
That's for
no.
the
That
stories,
is
bro.
so crazy.
I was going to say, and your ancestors were praying for you.
Yeah.
Because they were
Why you
fasting. You
crying?
and Nothing.
You cry.
No, it's just my eye.
Oh,
It's
thank
the thing,
God.
guys.
It's not your
I
eye.
think it's such a sweet story. Your
What the
ancestors
fuck
were
is this
fasting.
crying?
I swear.
You guys
No.
just don't shed tears sometimes.
No.
Sometimes I do. I cry a lot.
When
by
I
the way.
yawn, I think
You
sometimes
yawn.
I'll shed a tear.
I
just
could be
cry
watching.
randomly?
I could
Yeah.
be watching a commercial. Oh, if it's a sweet little line in there,
You're gone.
Done.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cry all the time.
Did you cry this morning?
No, I didn't have time. I actually didn't have. There's no time to cry this morning. But
Tear glands are about
This
to work when
evening,
I'm
yeah.
not
always
now.
crying.
What time have you scheduled your crying?
Right. Not scheduled crying.
For 20. So in the next 13 minutes,
Very
we'll take a
about to
short
go.
commercial break
I
for you
love
to
it.
cry.
I love it.
In solidarity with Ben Sol.
Wait, what happened with?
At 420.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So the first time I saw you
Yes.
was at KTN Straight Up. Remember when Ian Mugoya was still on the show?
Yeah.
K-Trix. I think Mtoto had just dropped. Oh my goodness.
That was a bang.
That was the first time I was introduced to it.
That's so crazy.
Because at the time, TV was such a big deal. And we'd always tune in to Straight Up to know what's hot, all the
Yeah.
new songs. And I just remember being like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
And then I remember Mtoto. I was like, the song is so vibey, but you're not even singing much. Like, it's just a song that
I wasn't-
there's not much lyrics
Vibe.
going on. It's just
Yeah.
such a vibey song. And then you were so bad.
Oh,
Jeez.
thank you.
Yeah. So that was the first time I saw Vic, and then I was like, okay. Then I think after that, you became a household name. I don't know, it was so weird. My own experience was weird because the music was banging, but it just felt like there was a sort of a disconnect. I don't know I don't know what it was, but there was just something.
Yeah.
You know, but like within urban Nairobi, your music was being played. You could hear the music was popping, but I don't know. It just felt like there was, I don't know what it is, but how do I even describe it?
I think I know what
It's your life, please tell me.
I mean, when you say disconnect, was it not close?
It's okay? Okay.
Okay. Well, when you say disconnect,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're talking about like the fans, right? Or like an audience, or were you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think not you. I don't think it's the fans mainly. I'd say it's mainly the media, because at the time, the fans mainly listened or picked whatever they're being told and played. Because we didn't have Spotify or Apple Music where we could find music for ourselves.
Right.
So we relied heavily on media and DJs to know what to
you
listen
supply
to.
is what we'll listen
So
Right.
which speaks into how we have such less music of Kenya being played. What you're complaining about, because it's mainly the media and the DJs who control that.
Yeah.
Right.
And a bit of government regulations that fucked things up. Because initially Kenyan music used to be, they used to play a lot of Kenyan music.
Yeah.
And then the government made it that even if you owned a salon and you wanted to play Kenyan music, you had to pay to get a license.
Yeah.
So people who didn't want to play just started playing
That's
music
crazy.
from abroad. Even
So
DJs were getting
insane.
arrested for playing Kenyan music.
What?
So then what would a DJ do? Start playing foreign music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was regulation, but also the media, there was a bit of a
So it was
problem
one dude that just
Disconnect.
fucked it up for everybody,
Yeah.
basically.
It's
But
literally
yeah, I mean,
around the
also,
same
I wasn't really here that much.
Yeah.
I was here, but I also wasn't gigging. And I still really don't gig that much here. I think it was a situation where people just assumed I was always outside, which we always joke about.
Oh, yeah.
They always did this. Because what I would do for 5 years when I was signed to Chalk City, I would do like a month or 2 months there and then a month or 2 months here, back and forth, 4 or 5 years. So, and then when I was there, I would do so much press and so many shows, and I would still be rolling out that content even after I'm back home. So people just assume like, oh, she's just not here, or we can't afford her, or so there was that disconnect of like, you just don't physically see me, but you're seeing me on TV and on radio and on internet.
Yeah, we see you on Channel
weird,
O,
right.
representing Kenya, but you're like, even
Exactly.
now, people don't think you're
You're
yeah.
here.
It's so insane.
That's why I joke.
my
Like
God.
I see Victoria on IG, I'm like, when are you coming to Kenya? I know you're in
here.
Kenya for sure. I'm actually like,
I get so
I can tell Vic
angry.
would spank the shit out of me.
Oh my
So me.
God. I hate that question so much. Because it's like, I also post where I'm at. And
Not
it's like,
all the time, though.
Not timely though.
Yeah, it's true. Not
Dude,
really
your Instagram
timely.
is still in
timely.
Kinshasa.
Well, right now, yeah, that's true.
And
No,
you're
that's
here.
true. That's true. I am here. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to fix that problem. But I think that Kenya has never had a problem booking international artists. So if you really wanted to know where I am, you can just ask.
Yeah.
Like you knew that Wizkid was in Nigeria when you called him to come and you paid him and you paid whoever $1 million to come perform here. You knew where they were at. So you can also
What's
just ask.
different?
If you
Facts.
really want me to perform, you can ask. But yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
Damn. So when are you going to be
To be what?
in Kenya?
Wow.
Sing with you. Sing with
So
you.
I'm not here. Okay. Oh. I can prove to all of you logically that I'm actually not here at this moment.
Yeah, of course you can.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Have I done this joke with you before?
No.
Okay.
Let's
But it's
go.
not even a joke. It's serious. Everybody, you ready? I'm not in Canada, am I? I'm not in South Africa, am I? And I'm certainly not in China, am I?
No.
So if I'm not in Canada, South Africa, or China, I must be someplace else, right?
Yeah.
True.
So if I'm someplace else, how can I be here? Broom.
Victoria, how can I get... How can I get back my 20
20
seconds?
seconds.
How can you refund me my 20 seconds of my life?
I need my 20
Did
seconds
I
back.
or did I not prove my
I,
point?
no,
Well, I
I
mean-
need my 20 seconds back. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You definitely did something.
I must be someplace else.
You know, that's why even when I texted you the other day, but you didn't see it. I was like, Vicky, are you back? I know you're back because you told me you're back. But I was like, are you back? Intentionally, but you didn't see it. I think you're too busy. You're like...
I was probably like, let me just ignore this
Boy, fuck off, honestly. Like, piss
Are you
off.
back?
So why didn't you renew your contract with Chocolate City?
Honestly, because I felt as though, well, I had two reasons, right?
Okay.
The first reason is because the CEO, which was Audu Maikori, he stepped down.
Okay.
And when he stepped down, I feel like all hell broke loose because he's such an amazing CEO. Like, he was actually fire. And then when he stepped down and then let an artist take his place, things they got weird. And then the second reason is, I'd say out of the 5 years I was signed, at least a good 3.5, I was basically operating as an independent artist anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm paying for my own videos, I'm booking my own stuff, I'm doing everything, even down to like my own marketing, PR.
That's wild.
And I was like, well, if I'm doing all this anyway,
Might as well.
I can just do it and keep all my money instead of sharing it.
And they'd keep what you're publishing? Some of your publishing? Like a percentage?
Publishing is mine.
Okay.
But what happens is when you sign, depends on your contract.
Yeah.
So the contract I signed, they have to recoup any investments they made. And so that's basically how it is. But I only released one album under their label, and then I released 4 on my own.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been independent since?
Yeah, since 2018. China Love was my first independent release.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
We were...
Ah,
Do you know,
you
so
like it?
that was
last night,
nice.
Tafari and I were
Thank
going...
you.
Tafari and I went back and we were like, we're going to listen to all the bangers that we love. We started all the way
It's all
from
of
Toto,
them.
What? Are you
Prokoto,
serious?
All of
China
them.
Love.
Thank you.
Bro.
Ah.
Bro, we listened to all those songs. We're like, damn.
Man,
You have
shit.
such an
I can't watch the
extensive
video.
catalog.
No, my catalog is
You have such an
insane.
extensive catalog, bro.
Yeah, and it's getting crazier.
Yeah. Would you get signed again?
It really depends. It really depends. And I would do something like maybe like a project deal.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't sign for like 5 years to someone again.
Yeah.
True.
Can you sign to us for 10 years?
No.
We're looking to sign our first artist.
What is this? Could have been records. Here, sign
I don't even know where I'm laughing. This is sad.
You remember, what's his name?
Yeah, we know.
This is sad.
We're not gonna get
sad.
records.
Could have been
You know, but
records.
for real, when I sign a musical artist, and I had a
Okay.
vision last night that you'd be the first.
Really?
Yeah.
And we'll
So
give
We
you
are actually being very
and
serious.
a blank check.
Yeah.
blank
It's a
check.
blank check.
It'll bounce, but but it's blank.
Just don't cash it immediately.
No, we do have a lot of checkmate coins, and we thought maybe we should put that into music. We are being genuinely serious.
Oh, I think you should do it.
No, can we actually have a conversation about it?
I mean, yeah, well, you can't sign me, but you could definitely start a label.
She's basically
Nah.
telling you I can advise
Leave
you.
me out of the
I can
foolishness.
advise.
That's literally what she said.
With Vicky, we need a guinea pig that knows what they're doing with
I
their
feel like you
music
messed
career.
it. The 1%
Guinea
that was
pig
given
is
is now.
yeah.
Guinea
like-
pig is
No,
so
but
crazy.
it's salvage. They said a guinea pig that knows what they're doing with their music
sacrificial
career.
lamb, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, for it to work, something has to give, and we feel like you have such a big heart.
Actually, you know what? I think that any new label you could actually do so much more sometimes with a brand new person than someone who's been out.
True.
sometimes when a person has a clean slate, like there's nothing to say. Like it's just, this is a brand new product.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a new label, I think you should go find someone brand new.
I've signed you.
Boom.
Oh, by the way, we had Ryan's thing.
You've been signed.
Let's go.
You've been signed. Camino Boys have also signed
What do you mean you've been signed? I've signed you.
I've signed you.
I've
signed you.
You Steve was Simple
We've
Boy.
also been signed.
You've been signed.
We've been signed.
Do you know Steve?
Have you released
Do you know
any
Steve was
projects?
Simple Boy?
Yeah, well, not
He
personally.
signed
But he
us.
signed us.
He signed you guys.
Yeah.
The first time he came here, he signed us.
Yeah.
So he just, oh, you've been signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
No, seriously.
Go
We're
on, I'm
signed.
going to sleep.
We have verbal contract, verbal signatures.
And we've never heard from him ever since.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I promise you, my label would be a bit different. Okay, so give me time. Let me work with Randy. Then we'll
See
have
how
a
it works.
conversation.
All right.
A year from now.
It just needs
Amazing.
16 years of vocal training and then...
16.
Yeah.
Only, but 16 is fair, bro.
Yeah, 16 is
Think
fair.
about it. 16 years and he has his entire life to live.
Yeah, he played us
16
his
years is fair.
EP
Quite
today.
a lot.
Well, you better sign them young then. Start really young.
Yeah, you're
Sign
22.
people.
20.
So by the time he comes out, he'll be
Yeah,
like
actually-
mid-30s.
Yeah,
The good thing is-
you'll be an upcoming artist at 38.
Which is fair, because at least he would have found himself to
Yeah.
be sure about
Oh,
a lot
God.
of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tragic.
the thing that is putting us
Very
off. The reason why we don't sign like younger people is because most of them still don't know exactly what they want. So we give them time to fully
To
discover
figure it out.
themselves. So 35 sounds fair to me. And also think of it's music, bro. You can sing even if you're 80. It's not like
It's true, though.
It's not track and field. You know,
Yeah.
it's not basketball.
Right.
Yeah. So you've been signed.
He hasn't said one word yet, but okay.
No, I agree.
All he did
Thumbs
was
up
thank
is
you.
all we need. The rise of Victoria. Was that like a reality show?
Yeah.
Talk to us about it.
Well, it was like a little, I was trying to document my experience living in Lagos as a Kenyan girl by myself. And there was like, it was like some very local television network in Nigeria. They came to me and they were like, yeah, let's do this. Let's just follow you around different performances, studio. And then that was it. And then I think I had about 12 or 13 episodes up. Something happened when I had gone to Tanzania. When I came back, those videos started getting flagged. Like a lot of them are not even on YouTube anymore, and I don't know where they went. I must have pissed somebody off.
Oh my.
I mean, if you sign with us, we could find them.
Yeah, imagine.
Depends on how bad you want to find those.
It's okay,
videos.
we'll just make a new one.
Yeah.
Would you actually be open to doing reality?
Yeah, I would.
Because I think you're fun. Like
Yeah.
you're actually funny.
I would do it.
and fun.
But
Yeah.
I just don't like to fight. I'm not that type of person in real life. So I
Yeah.
would. Now I'm very honest, but I'm not gonna start fighting people.
yeah.
What about verbal abuse?
I mean, you can get it.
Give us something.
You can get it.
Yeah.
Even that is just verbal abuse. Okay, like you know how you watch what's this show? Young Famous African, right?
Yeah.
They really go in. They're like you.
As
bitch,
you
and
should.
and
Yeah.
and I'm
I mean,
like.
If
I
you're paying
personally-
Netflix to watch reality, you better fight, bro.
Please.
Like, please. Yeah.
At least verbal if it's not gonna be physical.
Yeah.
Or at least every episode, I need the crew involved in stopping something.
Exactly.
I just need to see the boom guy go.
Well, maybe
give us some
You can't give me drama without drama.
Did you watch? You know Phaedra from Housewives, right? You know how like the way she reads people is
Now
so
she
calm.
checks.
I feel like I could do that, but I would not be the person who's like, I'm not gonna get physical, and then I'm not gonna be. I actually like how Zari will
Very
provoke you in a very calm way, and then as soon
Sits
as
back and watches you
and
act
she'll sit back, and then
crazy.
when you start going like this, she's just like, ugh. The peasants are here. I could do that. I could probably do that.
Nah,
So
but we
you're a
need-
master manipulator.
Well, I could play that role. Yeah, I could play that role.
Now we definitely need a bit of drama, bro. If it's reality, we need a bit of drama.
Drama.
Yeah.
Really?
Even if you
Please.
just give us two scratches.
Yeah. Like the least. Like, is that too much?
You know what's crazy? I purposely avoided drama, like in my whole career. I can't tell you the amount of. I have so much crazy tea, you guys. Like,
Hey, me, I have
Listen,
a question.
listen.
Now we're talking about beef and drama.
You know what we're gonna call the show?
Lord
We're gonna call
Jesus.
it My Reality.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm emptying my
Okay.
cup. Please.
Imagine.
No, I have a question.
That was so nice.
And you, because
No.
we're talking about Lagos. So I have a question, and I
Oh,
think
I know
you
where
know
you're
where
gonna
I'm
go, but
going.
please don't ask
No,
the
I'm not gonna say
question.
no one's name.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not gonna say no one's
Thank
name.
you.
Just describe them.
My question
No, just.
comes from the Fuck You Challenge.
Oh God.
What is that?
We won't participate.
She knows what I'm talking about.
I know what she's talking about.
What was the situation? Because somebody said you kind
what
of
is
name
it?
dropped and you did this and
I
you
didn't
did
even name
that.
drop one. I only name dropped one
Well,
person. on that
people
song.
have a challenge of fucking in Lagos.
So, basis of the story, Kiss Daniel had a song called Fuck You. And he made it a challenge. So, like, all the rappers,
The open
singers.
verse?
Yeah. So, your verse really caught, everyone was talking about it.
So here's the thing, right? Because I was raised in America, you have to remember. So I'm used to like mixtape culture. You can say fuck you to someone on a song and it's not really fuck you in real life. It's just a song, it's water under the bridge. But apparently in Nigeria, that's not really true. Apparently when you like say certain
it's
things,
on.
like, it's like, you're not respecting your elders. Who are you? You're not even a Nigerian. There's all kind of things, right? So in this case, I did say a few things that I wanted to say. There was one song that I had written and released, and an artist had stole parts of my chorus
Okay.
and then put it on his song, and the song blew up. It was actually his only song that blew up. And then he never gave me credit, never gave me any money. And then he like unfollowed me on Instagram.
What?
Like, you motherfucker. That was really the one that got to me. Because I'm like, how are you going to steal my song or a piece of my song, right? Not give me credit, not pay me. And then also you've unfollowed me, you bitch. How dare you?
Maybe you're giving him bad vibes.
Yeah, like it's just so horrible. So that really pissed me off. And so I said, let me use this opportunity to say fuck you, on the song. And I did, and he actually anyway, it's a long story. The other person, I never said any other person's name, but I did. There were some few discrepancies
Look at Mariah's face.
that were happening at the time where it was not that many female artists, especially in
It
the
was easy to narrow
Afrobeats.
down.
Yeah, it was very easy to narrow down to like 5 or 6 or 7, right? And there was this person who it would just constantly would have. Well, I was told by different promoters that it was in her contract that no other female artist could perform on the bill if she was there.
Oh, wow.
So then they had to make a decision to decide.
Who gets
And
to?
yeah, and then I heard from multiple other female artists that this same thing, different things, different types of blockages were happening. Yeah. And so I said, let me just put this in a song. And I never said any names. They just assumed who it was.
Why do I feel like we covered that challenge on this part?
Probably me
Earlier
and
on.
you. Probably had to be the catalyst.
But yeah, so I
It
just
is
didn't
the
feel-
catalyst. Yeah.
I just didn't feel like we're in an economical space to be blocking women. I feel like there's space for everyone. I feel like there's space for everyone.
Economical space to block
This is
women.
not a good time or place to be blocking women, opportunities from women.
Okay.
Because,
I
when
thought
you...
blocking like
Mera mi liko Instagram liko like, hey, why
Oh,
blocking
yeah,
me?
Instagram too. I was blocked there too, and I don't know why to this day.
After being unfollowed.
No, no, that was a different. That was a
okay,
different.
okay.
Two different people
situation.
here. Two different people.
So it's
So
like you are the problem.
why would I be the problem?
Yeah.
I was stolen from,
Yeah.
and then someone tried to like take.
Like,
How am I
Makes
the problem?
sense.
Well, I guess if showing up is a problem, then I was absolutely a problem because I was showing up in every dimension. Your girl was in the way constantly, but it was just crazy because, like I said, and now when you look at what's happening today, there's way more space now. There's way more female artists. Like that whole thing is out of the picture. And I'm pretty sure that person would love to just sweep that under the rug like it never happened.
Yeah.
It happened, and a lot of us experienced it. And then she was called out, and that was that.
Yeah. Okay. And it is what I feel like that happens in music. Like it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Things happen. Yeah.
Actually, it's one of the oldest tricks in the book. A lot of people do it. And honestly, it's good business.
Yeah.
If you can take out the competition, is that not
Do
good
it.
business?
Yeah.
It is good business.
And people have been doing it, but it doesn't. Listen, once you do that, you're throwing stones from a
for
glass house.
everything.
Just be
Yeah.
ready for whatever it comes with.
Yeah.
And I would respect you more if you just owned up to it.
Facts.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay,
Yeah.
so we're in the ring now. Cool, let's do it. But when you throw rocks and like hide your hand, please respect out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do with the Grammys? I think you worked with the Grammys at some point, no? Was
Well,
it
I'm
a recording academy?
Well, I'm a member.
Okay.
I'm a recording Grammy member, and I have been for several years. That means you can vote. You can vote for the winners and whoever is nominated. You get invited for like Grammy events. And
Please tell me you voted for Kendrick.
Actually,
Or is it like locked for like if you're an African, you only get to vote for Africa, or how does it work?
no. You can vote in any category.
Okay.
But To be honest, I know this is probably not the best thing, but I literally only vote for Africans and R&B artists.
Okay.
I don't even bother in the other places.
Because of familiarity, that's...
I just don't
you vote
care.
for what you understand, or you don't
I
vote?
don't know. Maybe I don't care enough. I don't know. Like, I really care about African music, and I care about the R&B, women in R&B especially. So I'll vote. I'll put my vote in for that. But the rest, you guys got it.
I mean, if you need help with the rest, we can help you.
With the rest,
We
right?
can help you with the rest. We'll be like, for this Afro-Latina.
Another thing I did with them, before there was an African category, we were all bunched into world music. And so I had several conversations with a few other people and the head of the Grammys to change the name from world music to global, and then to push for an African category. And that was like years and years and years in the making. Like, that took a lot of convincing. Shout out to Freddie Mooks. Freddie is a Cameroonian guy. He's the one that helped me. He's a producer. He's the one that helped me become a member. And he's been pushing for an African category for decades, and they just did not want to give it. He had to go break down all the American pop songs that have sampled African music, from Michael Jackson, Mama Say, Mama Sa, Mama Kusa. I mean, he's had to break down like all the times that our music was borrowed and then embedded into pop culture that was given Grammys. So why not create space for this? So and then now we have a genre, which is cool.
Okay. What are you working on that you're excited about currently?
Well, the last thing I just did that I was excited about is I created a course for African women in entertainment. It's like 9 modules and about 54 lessons, which I think I'm proud of it, because that's information that I would have wanted someone to tell me. And it's like a learn from my mistakes so that, you don't have to go through the same thing type of thing. And then, I'm really proud about my course and just getting into... Sorry?
Where can someone get that?
VictoriaKimani.com. You can go to my Instagram at Victoria Kimani. Click the link in my bio. It's on Seller. And then I'm working on another project, which will be album number 6.
Yay!
Yes, number 6. And then I have a new single soon. A verse.
Can I send a verse for the album, for the project?
I didn't know you were musically inclined.
I'm not really, but I can write.
Even as we did.
I'm serious. I can write a verse. I'm not saying I'll create a song from scratch, but I can write a verse for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd love to hear.
Let me write a verse and then you decide whether it's gonna make the cut or not.
Okay. Why not? You never know. But by the way,
Interlude, maybe.
This one we know.
Damn.
It's okay. It'd be your own people.
It'd be your own people.
So that's why I don't mind.
My
them,
role
you know
in
what
this
I mean?
life is to bully him to do better.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah, it'd be your own people. So is this dropping this year?
The album?
Yeah,
no.
6th album?
But there will be a single probably next month.
Okay.
Just one single? Between now and December, just one single?
No, there might be more singles, but the album won't be out this year for sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for making time, bro. This was so much fun.
Anytime. This was
was it not fun?
It was
There
great.
you go.
1 to 10. How
One to 10. How bad were we?
Cheers. No, you weren't bad at all. You weren't bad. A little unhinged, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Now I know about some of your private lives, involuntarily.
No, for the checkmates, she actually asked.
I asked what?
You're saying you know in what?
Involuntarily.
Yeah, I'm saying you did ask actually. Yeah.
She even asked to be invited to the next
I didn't ask
party.
about the viewing parties. I didn't ask
You actually
about
said
your...
you'll host it pro bono, you remember?
Yeah.
Wow,
Vicky, come on.
scandalous.
Wait, so you think we literally just came and volunteered information?
I didn't ask
without
about your
asking?
insensitive nipples.
Damn.
They know.
That's common knowledge.
Are you
so,
serious?
Yeah.
Overusage is what I believe.
I don't think it's overused. Like
Has
it
to
just.
be. Well, why would they?
I don't even use them because I just noticed that they are very useless. Super useless. Yeah.
I'm going to start calling your nipples the government.
I mean,
Insensitive, useless.
it was.
Abandon, yeah.
You'd be like, how is the government today? I'm like, I don't know, bro. Confirm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
But this was so much fun, man.
Yeah, it was.
So
Thanks
the
for
next time
having
would
me.
be easy to come back, right?
Of course.
There you go.
Of course.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much for making
Yes.
time. Anything
I'll
else
be
you want
back.
to say?
No, thank you for having me. This
No,
was
this was
lovely.
nice.
This was very
Lovely.
lovely.
Yeah.
When can I come back for round 2 of the cooking?
Oh yeah, but
She can cook,
genuinely.
though.
Can we
Woo-wee.
make dinner soon?
Oh, that would be so nice.
Oh?
Okay, can she make us dinner? Can she make us dinner? We'll bring
I'll
her.
help. Time.
Bribe me.
Listen,
Okay, we'll
we'll get the
bribe her.
drinks. Make sure the stories are
Bribe me.
flowing.
No,
right?
yeah.
Pass the tomato. Pass the cheese.
Oh, actually, I can help this time.
Yes.
I was of no assistance at all last time. I just showed up.
Just leave me. I'll transfer from the sufuria to the hot pots.
I'll eat.
It's crazy.
No, for real. Let's do dinner
No,
soon,
seriously.
man.
No, that would be
Let's do
nice.
that.
That would be. Are you
fun.
bringing Jay-Z this time? Because we already had
Jay-Z.
dinner
Oh,
with Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Are you bringing Jay-Z this time?
Can I opt for the $500,000 instead of dinner with Jay-Z?
No, we already had dinner with
They are making
Beyonce.
reference to one of my friends that came with me, and she had a little temper tantrum. And then now, is that her?
No.
The model.
Listen,
model.
now forget her.
Yes,
The model.
She do.
No, you don't remember the temper tantrum? The temper
Oh,
tantrum?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, that was vibes. That was vibes.
That's
That was
whatever.
vibes. That
That's
was vibes.
whatever.
That was vibes.
Okay.
That's whatever.
No, that was vibes.
Scratch that part. Just
No, this time we want to have dinner with Jay-Z. So yeah,
Okay.
start looking
Yeah.
through
Me,
your...
give me the $500,000.
see, they're not going to
FaceTime me.
understand what's happening.
No, they won't, which
They
is
did
fine.
watch,
Which
so
is
they
fine.
have context.
Okay.
Nah, they won't
Okay.
understand what it is. But it's fine as well. I mean, if you have a podcast and you can't have internal jokes, come on.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you have internal jokes?
Of course.
A lot of internal things happening on
We
this
set up
side.
the microphones, the seats, the lighting, and we can't discuss things that you don't
Facts.
understand.
Facts.
Anyway, Victoria Kimani, episode 272, we are...
My check!
No, but for real,
Hey.
dinner is due.
Vibes.
Dinner is so due.
Over 26. This is
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26.
Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.